Okay, so I'm finally getting to it. The interview questions, the virtual interview I like to call it, that you asked me, this past fall. The reason I'm doing it now is because I just got back from the Engineering Expo here on the University of Arkansas campus, at least day one of the Spring Expo, and I got some neat things while I was there. You know, the standard, please come work for us pamphlets, or flyers. Couple pamphlets. Got a Walmart dry erase board, luggage tag, and pen. And Lockheed Martin gave this little booklet thing here. It's well, honestly, it looks like one of the little Gideon Bibles, pocket New Testaments the Gideons give out on campus every year, but it's actually post-it notes. So yeah. So neat and cool things aside, without further ado, on to the interview. Hi, thanks for having me. I'm excited you chose me for an interview. I do think it's a little weird that you've picked my bedroom to interview me in, but to each his own, right? So what questions do you have for me? Well, throughout my college career, I've used a number of programming languages depending on the course and what the project required. I would say that in total, my total experience with different programming languages is that I've used at least 7 different languages, and that's not even taking into effect, interpreted languages such as like XHTML or CSS, XML, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I think that's my programming experience. I'd say that I have a good attitude and a willingness to learn. I like to learn new things that can add on to my existing skill set, so I think that would be a definite benefit. I actually learned ANSI C as my very first language, so C++ is no problem. And while I haven't really had a whole lot of experience in Java, I have had enough that I was able to correct some mistakes that people who learn Java as their first language made. So, yeah, I think I'm good enough. Not exactly sure what that has to do with this interview, how that applies, but sure, cheese is a good thing. Unless you're lactose intolerant, I guess. Usually when I get stuck on something, I take a minute to step back from it, kind of rethink what I've done. If I can't determine the problem after that, I'll usually go and turn to somebody else, have them take a look at it. Maybe they have some ideas that I just didn't think of. And sometimes just explaining the code to someone else can help me to realize what I've done wrong and easily find the solution from there. No. I have. I've been working for the past 4 years for the University of Arkansas while working my way through school and looking for a job after that. But also in the summers of 2001 through 2003, I worked for SAIC, doing IT field services for Entergy in that department. Yes, I actually have had to have a background check before. An FBI background check, actually, from when I worked for SAIC Entergy at their Arkansas Nuclear 1 plant for about 2 months. That was during one of my summer internships. I would say my best qualities are probably a friendly demeanor and a willingness to learn. I usually get along with pretty much anybody and can pick up on just about anything within my field, as long as I've had exposure to it. Well, I am a bit of an introvert at times, and I have to say I do get a little shy in large groups of people from time to time, But then again, who doesn't, I'm fairly comfortable with most people, compatible, you know. I think actually I do work better as part of a team, you know, so you have somebody to bounce ideas off of, and, you know, somebody that can keep track of you, you can keep track of them, that kind of thing. Hopefully gainfully employed and living in a house of my own. Well, I'm gonna say there was a time when I went into Best Buy and I was looking for a particular DVD. I couldn't find it, and you know, I didn't without having to approach the clerk. He actually asked me if I needed help, and when he couldn't find what I was looking for, he went to go find another clerk who he knew would have a better chance of knowing. So I kind of like that instead of giving up, he, you know, deferred to someone who could actually get the job done so that I could get what I want. I did find the DVD. Well, as I said before, I was hoping to work in a team environment, which my skills kind of complemented the other people I worked with, and where my skills complemented theirs, their skills complemented mine. As far as business expectations, I'd hope for like medical benefits, insurance, a retirement plan, something like that. Maybe optical and dental. That'd be nice. Well, I did work for a year as the transit and parking dispatcher for the university, which is probably one of the most stressful jobs I think I've ever had. And I think I did pretty well. I think I handled it well enough that my employer, my boss, actually kind of expected the same out of my replacement. And yeah, I don't know if, you know, they were expecting that. Uh, as for deadline work, I do think I become a little bit more creative under a deadline because one way or another, I do end up finding a way to get it done. Uh, of course, the preference is going to be for, you know, the average 40 hours a week, 8 to 5, or something similar to that. But I do understand that in jobs like this, you know, there is usually a necessary on-call position, but it usually rotates from employee to employee. So I wouldn't be surprised to have to do that, but you know, standard hours. I think my best strengths are in the programming, web applications development. Uh, However, I think my education kind of gave me the skills that I can learn on the job to do a variety of very similar tasks. Well, the truth is, no matter who you hire, you're going to be taking a gamble. I mean, you could hire the smartest person, the smartest kid, the best GPA, and they could still turn out to be a terrible employee, you know, from lack of real-world experience. I can't guarantee I'll be perfect, but what I can guarantee is that I'll be persistent. Once I set my mind to accomplishing a task, uh, you know, many people have given up when they were placed in academic positions such as mine, you know. But I made a commitment to get my degree, and I just kept in there and finished up despite all the setbacks. So I think that's who you're hiring in hiring me. Well, again, thank you for taking the time to talk with me, and hope to hear from you soon. Goodbye.